Hello everybody, my name is Mallory, short for Smarty Reads, and welcome back. Today I'm going to read Chapter 7 of Step 4 Mallory. It's called Weekend Worries. Before we begin, make sure you like this video, subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you know when I upload a new video. Also share this video with your friends and family so they can watch me read as well. Other than that, let's begin. Weekend Worries. I'm so glad it's Friday, Winnie says as we walk home from school. Me too, says Max. Me three, says Marianne. Me four, says Joey. Everyone looks at me like I'm supposed to say me five. And I do. They might all be glad it's Friday, but none of them can possibly be as glad as I am that the weekend has officially started. I try not to think about what happened with Mr. Knight, but it seems like that is all I can think about. Even though Mr. Knight said he accepted my apology, I could tell by the way he looked at me that he'd just be as happy if I never came back to school. So, what did Mr. Knight say? Joey asked as we walk home. I tell Joey and Marianne what happened. I have to find a way to make things up to Mr. Knight. I need to think of something this weekend. I don't want to go back to school until I do. I'm sure you'll think of something, says Marianne. But what I think is that I'd better think of something, and fast. I only have 2 days to come up with Operation Get on Mr. Knight's Good Side. Portrait of a Mad Teacher. Rule breaker. I'm sorry. Too late. Student for sale. When I get home, I put a do not disturb sign on my door and sit down at my desk to start thinking. I put an extra desk for Cheeseburger next to my desk so she can help me. We think all afternoon, but neither of us thinks of a thing. So, how did your poem go? Max asks at dinner. I push my macaroni and cheese into a little pile in the center of my plate while I tell my family what happened with my famous American poem. Max rolls his eyes. I can't believe you wrote about your teacher. What a dumb thing to do. He's not even famous. You're the one who gave me the idea, I tell Max. Me? I didn't tell you to write a poem about your teacher. When you said you would write a poem about your coach, Dad laughed like he liked the idea. So I thought it would be a good idea to write one about my teacher. Mom and Dad look at each other. Dad puts his fork down. Mallory, I laughed at Max's poem because it was funny. I stick my fork into a green bean. Well, Mr. Knight didn't think it was too funny when I wrote about him. I didn't mean to, but I keep breaking his rules, and now I need to find a way to get on his good side. Mallory, all you need to do is follow Mr. Knight's rules and do all the assignments he gives you, and I'm sure you won't have any more problems, says Mom. Maybe that's all Mom thinks I need to do, but I know I need to do more. I've broken a lot of rules, and I need to find a way to show Mr. Knight that I'm really sorry I did. The problem is figuring out what to do. After dinner, I sit down at the computer. I search online for ways to make your teacher like you. I don't find a thing, so I send an email to Marianne and Joey. If the internet can't help, maybe my best friends can. Subject: Weekend Worries. From Malagal to Chatterbox and Board Boy. Marianne and Joey. Help! I'm going to spend the whole weekend worrying if I don't think of something to do to get on Mr. Knight's good side. Here's the problem. I can't think of one thing. Since 2 heads are better than 1, maybe the 2 of you can think of something. If you can't, ask Winnie. I bet she'll know what to do. Right back. Soon. Mallory. A few minutes later, I got a return email. Subject: Weekend Worries. From Chatterbox, Board Boy to Malgal. Mallory. Hey, this is Joey. Stop worrying and start following the rules. That's all you have to do to get on Mr. Knight's good side. Repeat after me. Follow the rules. It shouldn't be too hard. There are only 10 of them. Okay, here's Marianne. Hey, it's me. Marianne, in case you didn't know who the me was. Here's what I want to know. Why are you spending so much time thinking about Mr. Knight when the person you should be thinking about is Fashion Fran? She comes on TV in exactly 10 hours and 29 minutes. Be at my house at 10 a.m. sharp. Marianne. P.S. BYODAYNPS. That's short for bring your own donut and your new purple shirt, which you promised I could borrow. When I'm done reading, I'm about to click off my screen name. My friends weren't exactly what I'd call helpful, but before I sign off, another email pops up. Subject: a solution to your problem. From Glam Girl to Mallory. There is a very simple solution to your problem. Ask to be switched to a new fourth grade class. I hear there is a nice one in New Zealand. Let me know if you need help packing. Sincerely, Winnie. I push the delete button on all my emails and go to bed. The next morning, I'm at Marianne's house at 10 a.m. 10 sharp. I brought my own donut and purple shirt, I say when she opens the door. Marianne grabs my hand and my purple shirt and pulls me into the family room. Hurry, she says. Fran is about to start. Even though Fashion Fran is my favorite show, it's a little hard to enjoy it when my brain keeps worrying about my problem with Mr. Knight. Good morning, everyone, Fran says as soon as we sit down. Today we have a special episode on how to dress the men in your life. Marianne laughs. The men in my life could use help getting dressed. Even though I'm not really in a laughing mood, I do. I think most men could use some help when it comes to picking out their clothes. This morning, says Fran, I'm going to show you what works and what doesn't work when it comes to men's fashion. Fran holds up a combination of shirts, pants, jackets, ties, and shoes. What you want to do to help the men in your life create a sleek and simple look. Fran puts her arm around a man wearing plaid pants and a striped shirt and a tie with ducks on it. This is Michael, she says. As you see, there is a lot going on here. Patterned pants, patterned shirt. Fran picks up Michael's tie. She looks at it and rolls her eyes. Patterned tie. Men should avoid things with lots of patterns, especially ties, she says, like patterned ties are totally unacceptable. Do you see how clothes are overwhelming the man? Fran asks. I see, says Marianne. So do I say. Fran gives Michael a stack of clothes and asks him to change. When he returns, he's wearing dark pants, a white shirt, and a plain tie. Fran puts her arm around Michael. This is what I call sleek and simple. Do you see the difference? Asks Fran. I do, says Marianne. Me too, I say. Michael looks a lot better than he did before. The sleek and simple look really works, I say to Marianne. She nods like she agrees. Fran gives a few more sleek and simple examples. When she's done, she waves goodbye. That's it for today, she says. See you tomorrow with the latest, greatest finds in the world of fashion. She blows a kiss. I looked at my watch. I have to go, I tell Marianne. I promised I would come home right after the show. Today is closet cleaning day at the McDonald house. Marianne makes a "it stinks that you can't play today" face. If you can't play, I guess I'll see if Sheila wants to come over. I smile at Marianne like it's okay with me if she wants to do that. Even though I wish she wasn't going to call CeeLo, I don't have time to think about Marianne playing with him. I have a math teacher and a messy closet to worry about. When I get home, Max is already cleaning out his closet. Mom, I hear him yell down the hall. I need help. I have no idea what to keep and what to get rid of. I walk into Max's room. Maybe I can help, I say. I just saw a Fashion Fran episode about men's fashion. I know Max thinks Fashion Fran is a dumb show, so when he says he could use my help, I'm really surprised. For the next hour, Max holds up pants, jeans, and shirts. I tell him what to keep and what to give away. I explain to him what Fran said about sleek and simple. Max shrugs like he really doesn't care what Fran had to say. When we're done, he smiles at me. Thanks, Max says. You were really helpful. I smile. You're welcome. I had fun doing it. I go to my own room to start on my own closet, but as soon as I get started, I stop. Helping Max gave me a great idea. I walk into the kitchen and sit down at the desk. Ending my weekend worries is as simple as sending an email. I click on the computer. It's time to put Operation Get on Mr. Knight's Good Side into action. That's the end of that chapter. I'll see you next time when I read Operation Email. Bye, everyone.